updated on how much you had contribution, and I mean how much you had contributed and the interest that it had earned. Then also ensure you attend the annual general meetings that we usually send out to encourage you to just join in and understand how are the performance of your benefits and why the return that you got at the end of the day. Then think about making additional voluntary contributions, because these ones will boost your savings. And consider having a post-retirement medical fund. This one is specifically towards ensuring you have a fund to take care of your healthcare needs in retirement. So after today's session, I just wanted to understand from our viewers, what actions are you most likely to take after this session? All right, we are interacting on the QR code or on the chat so that I see some are saying they will increase their contributions, they will seek financial advice, share this knowledge with colleagues. That's very good. I see a majority of you are ready and willing to increase their contribution so that you get to boost your savings. That is very important. You now have the information that can help you have dignity in retirement and not live in regret as an individual. And as Britam, like Simon had alluded to earlier, we are available to help you make financial decisions that can ensure you have dignity in retirement through the multiple solutions that Britam offers as a company. And we will not shy away from assisting you make informed decisions. And from time to time, we'll continue having such sessions where we get to give you information and updates about what is happening in the retirement benefits sector, so that you are up to date with what is happening. And don't hold on to this information to yourself. Share it with other colleagues who didn't manage to join this session, and also to your relatives, so that we work together to ensure that we get rid of black tax that has been there from time immemorial. Then yes, log into your portal, learn how your funds are accumulated and are growing from year to year, and ensure that everything that you are, or rather every contributions you're making, are received and posted correctly. So as I close, I just want to remind you that the retirement you dream of tomorrow begins with the choices that you make today. A comfortable retirement built on thoughtful planning will ensure that you have comfort, freedom, and independence, so that your older self will look back at you with a smile and say, thank you, indeed, you took up the initiative to ensure that I retire comfortably. Thank you so much. Back to you, Komu.
So thank you, Simon and Phoebe, for a very comprehensive walkthrough of pension. And maybe to our audience, we could give maybe a thumbs up. If you've learned something or if you picked something new today, you can click on the reactions and give a thumbs up to our panelists. I think for me, one thing that is certain for all of us is that at one point or another, we shall all retire. And therefore, I'm really glad that our panelists were able to give us a good brief of insights on what we need to do just to be able to be ready, to be able to prepare for that time when it comes. And one of the key highlights that I've picked from what they have taken us through is on the need for financial security, which the pension solution that Britam has is able to take care of that for us, so that then you have a stable income at retirement. The peace of mind that you know that there is something that you'll be able to live on after retirement. There are also the tax benefits that are there when you take up a pension plan with Britam. And so I would want to encourage us to increase our contributions, keep engaging with us whenever we have this webinar, so that then we get to learn. I want to appreciate a couple of members in our audience who have put in the comments on chat. There's Grace Kimani, there's Rose Kanyere, there's Stella, Ernest Millicent, Egla, and many more. So thank you for making this very interactive. Let the questions keep coming. because we will still give responses even after this session is done. I'll pick 2 or 3 key questions and allow our panelists to be able to give us their feedback on them. Allow me to read. So I have 2 questions. How do I update my beneficiaries? So this is a question that has come up from quite a number of the audience. So how does one update their beneficiaries, as well as how does one access pension statements? So I'll have Phoebe speak to that. Phoebe, you could give us a response.
All right. So you can log into the portal like from the link we shared, and we are also putting the link on the chat box where you can log in. If it's your first time interacting with the link, just click on sign up, then you'll get the prompts on registering for the online portal. Then on the online portal, you can be able to access your statement. On your far left, there's a part written member reports. Under the member report, you can generate a statement so that you get to see what is your return or that was credited to your 2024 statement. And then for the 2025 statement, it will show a 5% minimum guaranteed return. That's the interim statement because currently the financial year is still ongoing. You can also update your beneficiaries on the portal. On the same far left, there's a part written manage my beneficiaries. When you click on that option, you'll be prompted to change the beneficiaries that are already captured that were initially captured. Then you get to update your beneficiary, indicate their relationship to you, their age, and also their proportion. Then once you've done all that, you can click on save and your details will be updated.
So thank you, Phoebe, for that very comprehensive question. Probably I'll get to see whether Simon has any additional comment on that.
Thank you, Komu, and thank you, Phoebe, for that very comprehensive answer. I think the only thing I can add is maybe just to emphasize the reason why you need to update your beneficiaries. You do realize that for some of us, the first time you gave us your beneficiaries has been a while. So you may be having outdated beneficiaries, and this comes a lot when we are faced with instances where we have claims, where we have members who at the last minute we realize that they had not updated their beneficiaries accordingly. So it's good for you to always keep updating these beneficiaries. And Phoebe has indicated it's very easy for you to see who's your beneficiary today, and you can be able to update it. Secondly, also, we know that some of us get blessed with newcomers into this world, and sometimes they were not there when you had put up the beneficiaries. Some of us get married and such other commitments. Some of us also get out of these commitments. You may get divorced. So it's good always to ensure that your beneficiary are updated so that then your funds that you've invested so hard are able to be accessed by the right people when the right time comes. Thank you so much, Komu.
Thank you, Simon, for that feedback. Allow me to read 2 other questions. So someone has asked here, if I have turned 60 years and I need to withdraw my pension, what are the requirements to be able to access my pension benefits? And an additional question, is it possible to transfer our savings or my savings from NSSF to Britam? So I'll have Simon also speaking to those 2 questions. Simon.
Thank you, Komu. Thank you very much. So I think that the first thing that may be to clarify is that today the law is a little bit more flexible. So you can be able to access your funds as early as age of 50. But for you to access these funds, if you're in an employer scheme, then you have to complete a withdrawal form through your employer, who will confirm to us that you've actually left employment. And once they confirm that you've left employment, then we'll be able to process these funds. Our commitment is that we will pay this within a maximum of 10 days after receipt of full documentation. If, however, you're not in an employer scheme and you have an individual personal pension, then you will come directly to us. You can do that again by filling in a form and submitting it to us, and we'll ensure that that is processed within the 10 days. We are also working on that to ensure that our portals are able to run these withdrawals. So very soon, hopefully before the end of the year, you'll also be able to do your withdrawals from the comfort of your home. And then the process will run digitally from your end to your employer to us. And for those who are not in employer schemes, then it will come directly from you to us. Again, our commitment is within 10 working days maximum, you'll be able to receive your funds. Thank you. Phoebe, do you want to add something? I know there's a second question, but on that one.
All right. Yes, just as Simon has put it, you can access your benefits, but the key underlying principle, especially for the employer-sponsored scheme, you must have separated with the employer. Either you have attained retirement age and now you are accessing your benefits. Then when you're accessing your benefits, we'll also guide you on thinking about taking up a retirement income plan, because a retirement income plan will ensure that you have income in retirement. So you get to choose whether you want an annuity plan or an income drawdown, so that they're able to sustain you in retirement and you get to enjoy that income even as you transition into retirement.
So thank you, Phoebe, for that feedback, and Simon as well. We appreciate that. There's a key question that has come from one of our yes, Simon.
Sorry. So sorry for the confusion, Komu. So yeah, so there was a second question which I had skipped. I was handing over to Phoebe. I think as we had indicated earlier, Britam is certified to take up your NSSF Tier 2 contributions. And if you're a scheme, if you're an employer, if you're a scheme, then you're able to contract out from NSSF. There's a very simple process where, as I said, we have dedicated team members here who would be able to guide you through the process. And but just to elaborate a bit, is just to say that what you need to do is we will give you the necessary documentations for you to fill in. Once you fill in the forms, we will walk the RBA journey for you to be contracted out from NSSF. Once you're contracted out, then you'll be able to start making contributions to Britam. And also you'll apply to NSSF for them to have your past contributions with NSSF transferred to your new pensions NSSF Tier 2 company, which will now be Britam. Thank you, Komu.
Thank you for that clarity, Simon. And that's very important. There's a question on post-retirement medical fund, and I'd want Phoebe to speak into it because this is a question that keeps coming up. How can a member start to make contributions towards the PRMF, and when will they be able to access it? Phoebe, you can give us a bit of insight into that.
Okay. So the post-retirement medical fund is a savings platform that helps you save towards catering for your medical expenses in retirement. So in order to start saving for this post-retirement medical fund, you reach out to Britam, whereby we share with you an enrollment form for the post-retirement medical fund, and then you indicate your details. Then once your details are shared with us, then you notify your employer to start deducting you contributions that we will receive on Britam and post as post-retirement medical fund. So these contributions will continue earning interest up to the point when now you have attained retirement age. Then you convert the savings into a medical insurance cover, which will work in the form of receiving an annuity payout that will be able to help you pay for your medical insurance. Because remember, medical insurance is paid annually. So you'll set up an annuity plan that will now be able to pay the annual premiums that will be requested of you to be able to enjoy the medical insurance relief. Now, in the event that you transition, your beneficiaries will be paid the accumulated post-retirement medical fund as a lump sum. For them, they will not need to use the funds as post-retirement medical fund. That fund is specifically for you as the individual.
Thank you, Phoebe, for that. To engage with this post-retirement medical fund, it's a very good solution towards taking care of your medical insurance at the point of retire. So as we come to the end of this webinar, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our panelists. They've been very engaging with us. I also want to thank our audience. Thank you. Without you, we would not have managed to do this. And I want to appreciate that you put in your questions, you've engaged us on chat, and you've really been a support. So I want to appreciate that you've taken time just to be with us for this session. And we want to encourage you that for every other session that we share, you can share it out with your friends, with your colleagues, let them be able to join in so that then we are able to have a conversation. Retirement planning is a journey, as we have had, and today's session is just one step towards making it easier for each and every one of us, and so that then both me and you, we can all secure our financial future, especially at retirement. So on behalf of Britam, thank you so much for joining in, and we look forward to seeing you in our future engagement. We shall be sharing the presentation that has been done. We shall share it out. And please continue putting in your questions or comments on chat. We shall attend to them even after the webinar is done, so that then you are able to have an answer to whatever question that